Our mission is to retain the welders that we have and minimise the shortage that's upon us globally. Our vision is to globally reduce workers' exposure to hazardous fumes and to provide a healthier and safer work environment whilst remaining sustainable. Translas is a Dutch manufacturer of welding guns since 1960, founded by welders for welders with a passion for innovation and new technologies. We engineer innovative products that boast a distinctive design as well as quality and functionality. People ask me all the time, why does Translas exist? It's a pretty simple answer because honestly we care about health and safety. We operate in the welding arena with welders all day every day. It's a trade that's dying. There is not enough welders out there anymore. There's not enough attraction to the welding industry. Why is that? It's because it's not a nice environment. It's very hazardous, and that's why we exist, because we provide a solution that welders can weld and remain safe. We live, breathe and sleep fume extraction. In each province, state, country, territory, wherever you are around the world, legislations are constantly changing. We endeavour to keep up with this so that we can stay ahead of the curve, and what our goal is to retain the welders that we have but attract new ones. We can't do without welding. This world can't do without welding. Whether it's the car you drive, the building you work in, the desk you sit at, the bridge you drive over, you think about how much welding there is out there. The solution that we provide is unique. Translas manufactures both the torch and the vacuum unit. It's like a marriage. They both need to understand each other to work properly. And that's one of the things about Translas that makes us different. We understand both the unit and the torch and how they need to work. To have an effective source capture solution that claims to capture up to 98% of the fume, you need to have a set of parameters that work. And you need to be able to calibrate and check those parameters. That's why Translas introduced a fume extraction toolkit that includes the airflow meter and the gas flow meter that allows you to do this. Translas is a globally recognized brand that we are passionate about protecting. If it has the name Translas on it, it must work. When it comes to fume extraction torches, there are typically three major concerns globally. The first one is the weight. The second is the ergonomics. And the third is porosity. The Translas 8XE range is probably the lightest fume extractor torch range in the world. These torches are now the same weight as a regular torch. The ergonomics of the torch is a very important concern. For Translas, we have built in an ergonomic handle with the 360 swivel ball socket joint on the neck. In the kit is an airflow meter which slides over the nozzle of the 8XE, and we can calibrate the necessary airflow so that we never have a porosity concern. The Translas 8XE extractor torch range was designed so that every part and piece of the torch can be replaced if it gets damaged. If you need a new swan neck, a handle or a coax cable or a trigger, every part and piece is replaceable. We have an exploded view and you can correlate that to the piece that you need. Because of this unique design, it makes the torches easier to maintain and less expensive to fix. The 8XE torches have four main consumables: the nozzles, the tip adapters, gas diffusers, the tips and the liners. The Translas extractor nozzles are unique. They are copper nickel plated nozzles that screw on to the torch. Likewise, the new nickel plated tri-metal tips are unique to Translas's torches. All of our consumables and spare parts are easily accessible and in stock. The Translas 8XE extractor torch range come in a range of amperages from 200 amp to up to 550 amp, air cooled and water cooled. With this, all the torches are 100% duty cycle, with the airflow that runs through them from the vacuum. Although this looks like a simple green box, there are many features built into it that make us unique, make it successful, and make us stand apart from what else is out there in the market. Some of these features include the variable frequency drive continuous drive motor, the self-cleaning functionality, and the programmable logic controller PLC controls. Inside the Clearo2 vacuum units, we install one of the highest qualities European-made motors for each unit. These motors are continuous drive, they're not brush motor, and they are available to be programmed through the VFD to the required hertz that we need to produce the correct CFM on all our torches, whether it be the manual, MIG, or the TIG, or the Cobot fume extraction range. Inside the Clearo2 units, we have two very important components, the VFD and the PLC. The VFD is the variable frequency drive which drives the continuous drive motor. This allows the motor to slowly start with a soft start and ramp up accordingly with the potentiometer when it's set at the beginning. It also allows for the continuance of clean air when the filter loads and the differential pressure detects the difference of the required speed of the motor. The PLC, known as the programmable logic controller, is essentially a computer. It tells the VFD and other components what needs to happen and keeps everything in line. One of the most important features about the Translas Clearo2 vacuum units is the self-cleaning functionality. When we connect clean, dry, regulated compressed air to these units, we can maintain a successful outcome in regards to filter life and the continuation of the correct CFM that's needed to pull the fume out of the air when welding. To ensure clean, dry, regulated air, we first provide the pressure reducing valve, which helps us maintain no more than 80 psi or 6 bar. This attaches to the unit right here. We then connect our compressed air hose to the pressure reducing valve. When we have the pressure reducing valve connected with the compressed air line connected to that, we then have regulated air at 80 psi, and for each pulse the air drawn is 21 CFM. The Translas Clearo2 vacuum units are probably the smallest and most compact vacuum units on the market for what they do. They are single versioned or dual version. They only weigh the single version only weighs 100 pounds or 45 kg, or the double version weighs 130 pounds, 60 kg. The Translas Clearo2 vacuum units come in a variation of different electrical specifications. The first is a single phase 220 to 240 volt version. The second is a 380 to 480 volt 3-phase version. And the third is a 575 to 600 volt 3-phase version. The Clearo2 is built to a number of different standards for around the world. The first being CE for European, the second W3 for Germany, the third CSA for Canada, and the fourth UL for the USA.